All right, welcome back. Final pod. We got a full house here. How's everyone doing, boys?
Great.
I'm I don't know about you guys, but I'm great.
I'm waiting for
Christian's
my pizza to come.
Christian's doing great. Waiting for Za to come. Devi doing pretty good, I assume as well. No future tomatoes being thrown at you.
Nope. Feeling good.
Good, good. Christian, why
Another
are
year
you
surviving.
Christian? Why are you so great, my man?
Obviously, like the name speaks for itself here on the tab, but I'm very
Mhm.
grateful to be the champion, and when the floor is mine, I'd like to give my acceptance speech.
I would love it. Let's get right into it. Let's on the pod today, final pod of the year. We are going to review our bracket. We missed last week, so we have a little bit to review here as far as the bracket. We're going to look at 2025 keepers, right? And then the second round of our league kind of jumps ahead, and we do a playoff bracket every year too, and we'll kind of talk about like different options for different teams there. So should be fun. Let's get right into it. I'll share my screen here, hopefully. And oh shit, no, maybe I won't share my screen. One sec here, boys. Always the technical difficulties. There we go.
I believe in you.
Thank you, thank you. All right, let's make it big. Let's do big things. We left off. We were kind of on the second round of the bracket here, so we had Tyler and Craig kind of battle off for a shot at the championship. Craig won
Mhm.
that. We had myself and Christian battle off for a shot at the championship. Christian won that. Um, and then Christian just took it home, man. Like it was going into Monday night. Christian had three different players, right? It was Craig was ahead maybe like 70 to like 97, something like that, maybe like
Yeah, he was up 25.
up
Mhm.
about 25, right? Christian had Goff, he had Jameson, he had Laporta. Um, yeah, man. Christian gets his second name on the trophy here. Bring it to the people, buddy. What do you guys say? How do you want to address the league? I will turn the table over to you.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. Well, first I'd like to thank God. I'd also like to thank the league, not only for providing great competition week in, week out, but like great content every single week. Like every week there's always something. People are providing great stats like Kyle, Eric's posting fucking waivers. So like there's always group chats and like, shit talking and pizza bets. So the content is appreciated.
Hmm.
I'd also be remiss if I didn't thank Dan Campbell for throwing logic out the side and benching his studs. So thankfully he did not do that when the fantasy owners needed that the most. But I know I received a bye in the first week of the playoffs. But I'd like to give my team MVP personally to a man who averaged 37 points per week throughout the playoffs, and that's Jared Goff. And Jared Goff
Hmm.
also, I'd
Hmm.
like to officially announce as my second keeper with Devon Achane. He's a 14th rounder. You can lock him in there for now. I feel like he's earned that right. But starting 2-2, and I'll make this quick. Starting 2-2 on the year, we handled a little adversity, but we prevailed. The bye was super helpful, but it wasn't an easy road. We didn't reseed, so I had to face Matt coming off a 5 game win streak, averaging 150 a game with the hottest fucking players in the world. And then fortunately I won, and then I had to play Craig, who had the number one seed and the most points all year. But after last year's heartbreaker in the championship, I wanted to come back and, I'm proud to be a champion of this league. And I appreciate all the support and sportsmanship of everybody out there. This league is full of a bunch of honorable men, and I'm looking forward to, holding the title for this league. And I look forward to defending my championship next year as well.
Absolutely, buddy.
Cheers to the league.
Congratulations, right? Absolutely. Great team all year, right?
Bravo.
Awesome team all year. I got this bad boy sitting right next to me.
Oh,
He will be in the mail.
Look at that.
I'm thinking tomorrow, my man. So
that's great. That
send
sounds good
him
to me.
send him down to old Mississippi tomorrow. See.
Yep.
Um, Yeah, dude, great team all year, well deserved. You and Craig being in the finals makes a lot of sense, right? You guys had great teams all year round, man. So let's take a look down below. Let's see how the old toilet bowl ended up here. This was
Oh,
a
yeah.
2 week toilet bowl here at the end, right? So it wasn't actually 200 to 63 after 1 week, but Devi stomped him pretty good week one, right? Jonathan Taylor had 3 tutties, I don't know, 200 yards, right? We're up quite a bit.
That 63 points can't be correct, is it?
Tanner had a terrible week, dude. Right? 63 points.
Click on it.
That's
Yeah.
that's not 2 weeks though.
No, Tanner's is only 1 week, right?
Oh, okay.
Dev got the difference of week one, right? And then
Got it.
This last one was
That's brutal.
because he threw down so much money for Michael Penix. He got to start Kincaid when CD was out, right? Nick Westbrook Akine made the final lineup. Yeah, dude, not a great show.
Not great, Bob.
Not a great showing for Tanner, who now gets to decide: are we throwing tomatoes at you? Are we forcing you to spend $100 on the draft, or are we dressing you up at the draft? So he gets to pick one of those that he's not going to do, right? And then the league picks what we're actually
Fix
doing.
the other one.
So, yeah, should be a good time, boys. Always good, always good. And now it's time to look ahead, right? Let's look into
Congrats, Devi.
Thank you.
absolutely, buddy. Absolutely, buddy. 2 years in a row.
And Matt for the third place and Kyle for winning the Mediocrity Bowl.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you for the
Thank you,
shout out.
sir.
Absolutely. Yep, Devi, 2 years in a row, not getting into the toilet bowl, but not actually receiving the toilet bowl.
Yeah, I think it might be my new shtick, and I'm just gonna do it every year so I can feel alive.
Nice, buddy. I like
You know?
I like it a lot.
I just do really bad and drag people down to the toilet bowl with me, and then I just crush them.
Cool, man. Good.
Could be my new thing.
I put together a little document looking into 2025 keepers of the teams next year. Kyle, what stands out to you, man?
Marcus probably has the worst.
Yeah, no surprise there, right? He
I don't think Craig's are the greatest either.
I was just gonna say I don't think Craig's are very exciting either.
I think there's a few teams, right? Tanner's team kind of stuck out to me as well a little bit. He's better than the other two, but not great.
Yeah. Sutton in the ninth isn't a bad keeper for
Not
one
bad.
of the two.
No, not bad, right? Yeah, I mean, Mergus is definitely in the market for getting two keepers, right?
Yeah.
He kind of knew that. He went all in. He traded a bunch of keepers to Devi. Yeah, man.
One quick question too. What do we do? So Nico was kept in the 11th, and Chuba would now be in the 11th.
Mhm.
If you're strategic, you're gonna put, Nico up there, and so you can put Chuba down there at the 11th.
Mhm.
Can we do that in the second year, or are they locked into that position?
Yep. No, we can do that in the second year, right?
Okay.
And we voted this year that if somehow Tyler came about 2 11th picks, right, he can keep them in the 2 11th picks as well, right?
Right.
So we're no longer kind of we don't have like restraints on that anymore, right? He just wants to trade for another 11th, he can do that, or Nigo can become a 10th and Chuba can become an 11th, which
Okay.
makes sense.
That was going to be my question. Okay.
That's the proper way to do it, right? Because Chuba has a couple years to do that.
Yeah.
For sure, man. I like Derek's keepers a lot. That's kind of what stood out to me. Christian and I talked about that a little bit. Bucky Irving in the 11th is fun. Jaden Daniels in the 14th is fun, right? And then you always got Jaden Reed, right? Just at the last pick of your draft too, right? I thought that one was a good one.
Yeah, you have really good ones too. Not to toot your own horn, but
Mhm.
those.
So many receptions.
Literally, I texted
Yes.
that to Matt yesterday. I think I texted him. I was like, you have at least 120 catches if they're healthy per keeper.
Yeah, right. See what the Chargers do next year, right? But McConkey's been a lot of fun, and Puka and Bowers are always good keepers for sure. I think Kyle, you yourself have nice keepers, right? Kyron and JSN going in next year. Someone wants to take Gibbs off your hands. Like I get that. Maybe Gibbs is one to your two. I got no idea what your plans are right now. Yeah, man. I think Eric has quite a few. I think his list even goes beyond this, if I remember right. Like Dobbins is on his team, which is kind of a late one. There might be on someone else that I kind of like debated, but yeah, some people got some people don't. As always, the off season is going to be fun. I think last year we had more off season trades than in season trades, which is kind of fun. So
It's gonna be a fun one.
good times, good times. Anything else sticking out to you guys, or should we go on to playoff brackets here?
Is Pacheco in the fifth even good?
No.
I agree. I agree. And I debated that a lot with Tanner, right? Is like, are you Pacheco in the fifth or are you Brees in the third? Like is Brees in the third good?
No.
Mm-mm.
No, right? You're just in the market, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like but also like I don't really like I mean Tanner's team was fucking bad. Like I mean
Yeah.
he would say that. Like I'm not like
I think
not
he did.
shitting on Tanner.
Yeah.
But like did like what's the situation with London? Was he like not kept?
Not kept, second round pick.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Then no. Yeah.
He was so
I'd
average.
honestly rather keep like fucking Braylon Allen, probably where he was drafted, and hope for an injury over Brees in the third.
Yeah. I think
mean,
it's safe to say Tanner's in the market, right?
Yeah,
For sure.
there's so many good keepers out there. Like,
There is, man.
well, I'd give fucking Rome away for a bag of Doritos. Like,
For sure. For
you
sure. Right.
know.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure, man. Debbie, you like your keepers?
Yeah, I'm pretty okay with them.
Yeah. I get
You
that.
Just
probably
lock in, BTJ and JT.
I think BTJ is awesome. JT, I go back and forth on a little bit, man. Like
I love him so much.
I know you
JT
love the player. I love the player. But like,
Is he good value there?
is he good value there?
I
Right?
Yeah.
kind I
You
kind
know?
of think he is.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Like, I think that if you put like if you, it's shown the last 2 weeks, if you give JT the rock and actually rely on him, he can put up numbers. JT's like talent wise a top 5 to 7 running back.
I
You know,
agree. I agree.
I think a fourth round, especially if Dev can come away with, let's say, an early pick, so he ends up being
Yes.
the 37, 38, 39th, whatever player in the draft, like that's kind of a no-brainer to me, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like JT and he probably goes in the second round next year, right? So it's like 2 rounds of value in my opinion, right? So it's like it's not bad, right? When we rank the keepers, he'll probably be like somewhere in the middle, right? JT. So
Yeah.
yeah, for sure, man. Craig's definitely in the market. James Cook ain't bad, right? But Tracy, I don't know, man. Shaheed, I don't know, man.
I mean, Cook, okay, so like I don't know if you guys realize this, but Cook is leading the fucking NFL in rushing touchdowns.
I heard that today too, and I was like, that can't be right. But yeah, it's wild.
Especially
Man.
with how many that Josh Allen has.
Especially how many that Allen steals. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
very
interesting.
It's wild, man. Yeah. Very
Mhm.
interesting. Very, very interesting. So cool, boys. Let's unshare. Let's talk a little playoffs here. Every year we choose of the 14 playoffs teams, we have to choose one player of each team to fill these spots. We have 3 quarterback spots, 3 running back spots, 3 wideouts, 2 tight ends, and then 3 flexes, right? So we are going through our teams here, and we're going to talk about whether this team has players that are going to be chalky, right? Which I kind of said like probably 7 or 8 of the league has this player, right? Or if it's going to be unchalky, right? And we can just kind of like talk through the different options, right? People kind of get creative. People cannot get creative, right? let's go AFC and let's just kind of work our way down here. Right now, we know 6 teams are in, so we'll just kind of like go through those 6 teams. Sound good?
Yep.
Kansas City, chalk or not chalk?
I mean, you're between two guys, like realistically. And I think that those two guys are probably Xavier Worthy.
He was not one of my 2 guys, so okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I mean, like I don't think you're taking Kelsey.
Kelsey is an option for me for Kansas
Okay.
City. I think he
Okay.
is.
I think you're taking either Mahomes because the quarterbacks in the
Right.
AFC, like we get 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if Burrow's not making it,
Right.
there's Allen, there's Jackson, and maybe you don't take Jackson. You're obviously going to take Allen. Allen's the chalkiest one.
Yes.
But like if you don't take Jackson, maybe you go Mahomes. I don't know. Like, but I think if I'm looking at Kansas City, I'm between Mahomes and Worthy.
Yeah. Rody, Kansas City, chalk, not chalk?
I had 2 of the 4 players. Christian was thinking. I think Worthy and Kelsey would make my lineup.
Yeah.
I just think Kelsey shows up in the playoffs. He knows he just got to play 3 games, plays it hard.
Right.
That's
Mahomes gets the bye, right? So like
That's
if you're
fair.
taking Mahomes, you're kind of like banking on them going to the Super Bowl, which is not a bad call, right? Like there's definitely that possibility. I think you got probably 3 options in Kansas City. So I would say not chalk personally.
Mhm.
Debbie, not chalk?
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty much same thing. I was just looking at Kelsey and I think Worthy is a super fun play. So I'm happy
Yeah.
that you got that right off the bat there, Christian.
Interesting. I like it. Buffalo.
I was not considering Kelsey, so this show is intriguing to me.
For sure, man. When we get together,
There's going to be
it's-
some interesting lineups, I think.
I
No
think so,
doubt.
too. I think so too, man. Buffalo, chalk as fuck, right?
Yep.
Like everyone's gonna have them.
Do you
Baltimore.
think anyone tries to get cute and go Cook?
I was going to say Cook would be the one that you pivot,
Yeah,
but
I just
I don't think that's smart.
I don't think it's.
I just think Ty Johnson and Ray Davis play too much. Like, and we just
He's
talked
very
about,
inconsistent.
like you just mentioned it, like Allen could steal a goal line carry and we wouldn't bat an eye, you know.
And I think like he's cool with giving up that in the regular season. I think he just like takes it into his own hands in the playoffs, right? Like
Yeah.
it's all
Just
gonna
gonna do
be
it
Josh
himself.
Allen. I think all 10 of us have him. I'd be surprised if like it was otherwise. But
Yep.
Mm.
Baltimore, Devi, chalk or not chalk?
Jock.
Between 2 guys, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Who's the other guy?
I think some could have Derrick Henry, right? And I think some could have Lamar. But I think like
Most are Lamar.
I think 7 or 8 of us have Lamar for sure, right? So
Yeah.
I would say chalk. I'm with you, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair.
Houston, Christian, chalk, not chalk.
I mean, if you're saying 2 guys, then I would say chalk. Like, because it's going to be Mixon or it's going to be Nico, but I would say 8 out of 10 have Nico just because of how poorly Mixon did down the stretch.
Mhm.
So no one's taking Stroud. Nobody.
No.
No one's taking Stroud. No one's gambling on Schultz.
Nope.
No one, I mean, there's nothing else. So,
I think right
yeah.
now they play Pittsburgh, right? If that matters.
I'd say it's like 70 to 80% Nico, 20 to 30% Mixon.
I think that's completely fair. Pittsburgh, this one's interesting. Kyle, you got a strong opinion on Pittsburgh?
I think it could be chalk
Okay. Yeah. All right.
because of the position that it's probably going to cover.
Pat Fryermuth, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's fair too. I think a lot of wasted tight end on Pittsburgh, right? I think that's fair. You want to go Pickens, that's awesome. I don't know. The running backs are pretty split right now, right? So I don't think anyone picks a running back. Chargers. I also think this one's super chalk, but I could be wrong. Ooh, Christian.
Okay.
Who do you got for Chargers? No chalk?
I mean,
Not
if you look at the running backs in the AFC, like, I mean, maybe you don't take a running back in the AFC, but if you do, this is probably my number one running back that I'm going to take based
Okay.
on the situation of the other teams.
Hmm.
I mean, are you going to take Herbert as
No,
one of your top three?
No,
I mean,
I
so
think McConkey's like
sure,
90% of the people though.
sure,
Yeah.
right. So Herbert's out of the.
I think that comes down to the matchup, though.
Who they're playing against.
Because if it's Baltimore, you don't run on them, you throw on them. And if
Yeah.
it's
Right
if
now
it's
it's
Pittsburgh, you'll run on it.
Chargers. Right now it's Chargers versus Houston.
Is it? I thought
Ooh,
it was
Chargers versus
Baltimore.
Baltimore. I apologize. My bad. Chargers
Yeah.
versus Baltimore.
You're throwing on that.
I mean,
Yep.
it just but Dobbins revenge game.
Yeah.
Huh?
Maybe it's not chalk. Maybe it's not
I don't
chalk.
know.
I agree.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think Ladd's a great play. I would have for sure, like, the first player that comes to my mind in that Chargers offense, knowing I'm not taking Herbert, is Dobbins.
I get that. Yeah, maybe it's more 50-50 than I'm thinking. Last team to round it out is probably Denver, right? But Miami and Cincinnati are still alive here, right? So we'll just kind of bypass the rest of that. Right
Mhm.
now in the
But
NFC,
how fun would Cincinnati be, though?
that'd be fun.
I'd be pretty happy.
That'd be fun, right?
That would
That'd be
be.
cool.
You could take four guys without question.
Yep. And that's the game like I want to see. I think they have the least odds though, right? If I remember that they need the most help, I think. So
Yeah.
NFC, I think we also got 6. Technically, Tampa and Atlanta's division isn't quite up, but it'd be pretty hard for Tampa not to win this one. So we'll go through all 7, assuming Tampa wins it. Detroit.
I think where they play. If they're the 1 seed or the 5 seed,
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Good point.
I think that could determine a little bit of things.
Sure. More like golf games? Is that what you're thinking?
He's at home. He's
Yep.
proven to be unreal.
Yeah. Yep. For sure.
Last 2 games, he's had 30
I was gonna
points.
say
in
golf.
fantasy.
Golf also
on the
destroyed me.
road.
Golf also destroyed me on the road. So I hear you.
Okay.
and Craig against San Fran too. So
Who are they? If they're the 5 seed, they're playing. Oh, they're playing that Tampa matchup. Do I got?
Yeah, so there could be pouring rain out there.
Yeah.
they're gonna fucking
I mean, they're going
cook-
to destroy it.
cook Tampa.
Prefer to say Detroit's not chalk, right? You go Amon-Ra,
No.
you go Gibbs, you
You
can
can
go
go any way
Goff.
you want.
I think it's very, very different here, right? Philly, Devi, chalk, no chalk.
Probably chalk.
I think chalk too. I think
Gotta.
you got to have them in your lineup, right?
Yeah.
You're Barkley or die probably, right?
Yep.
Rams, Christian, chalk, no chalk.
Hmm?
This
You
one's
got it.
fun to me. I
I
like
can't
the
believe
Rams.
they're how are they the 3 seed? That's wild to me. Okay.
I don't
How bad
get
the
it.
NFC South is.
Just like a sneaky 10 win, just a sneaky 10 win team, dude. They were
They've
dog
won. I think they've won like their last 6 games.
shit. Yeah,
or
they
some
were
shit.
they were dog shit in the beginning of the
Yeah.
year. So that surprises
They
me.
yeah, no, the Ram. I mean, and they've beaten good teams too. So like, I mean, they just beat the Bills a couple weeks ago. Like,
Yeah,
so
right.
I think realistically, with how little Cup has been involved, I think you're looking at either Kyron or Puka. But
Yeah. And it's
I mean,
50-50 probably, right?
it's
The
50-50.
lineups.
Puka can fucking go off, but like Kyron is the safe. I would make a claim that Kyron is probably a top 5 safest player in fantasy football.
Yeah.
Fair.
I
Like-
think that's fair.
I think like if you take Kyron, you just fucking know you're getting 12 to 15 every week.
Yeah.
I think that's fair, man. I agree. Probably depends on who they're playing against, right? Yeah, I don't think you're straying away from those two. Tampa. Oh man, I got that as pretty chalky. I think you're picking the wide receiver, and that's about it.
Yep.
Right.
You and I have
Bucky's
just
gonna be
looked at
fun.
so differently. Like,
Okay,
I'm
let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I'm honestly not like playing this for a bit. Like, I swear to God, like Baker Mayfield is the hottest. Like, if you could tell me that, like, the only issue with taking Baker is you hope he doesn't lose the first round.
So right
Like,
now they are playing either Minnesota or Detroit.
right. So it's like, okay, so you take Baker,
Not
but
great.
like, and you're losing a quarterback week one.
Mhm.
But like, why not Bucky Irving?
Dude, and I agree. And Bucky Irving, I think it's going to be like 80-20 is kind of
Yeah.
what I'm thinking, right? I think it's mostly Evans. Bucky definitely will get in a couple lineups and should get in a couple lineups.
If they drew Washington somehow, which they won't, but if
Mhm.
they did,
That'd be
like
fun.
that, well, I know they won't because it's impossible, but
Yeah.
they like that would be a matchup where I probably would take Baker without
Mhm.
question.
Well, and my point was I did lose a quarterback week one last year, right? Like Dak went out to a bunch of like Packer people, right? And it was dude, it happens, and like you still do just fine as long as that quarterback like outscores the rest of the guys. They're pretty big here, so for sure, man. Minnesota, Kyle, you got the Moss jersey in the background. Is Minnesota chalk or not chalk?
That one's not chalk.
Okay, okay. I sound.
I,
Let me hear it.
I think the for sure three. I think you can take Addison, Jefferson, or Darnold,
Hmm, yeah,
especially if they get the one seed.
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
agree with that.
I
That's,
would.
that's where I'm at. I totally agree.
I just like it. Are you gonna put your hopes in a playoff game or at home or on the road, either way, in Darnold?
I
I don't know.
Am
I
I
don't
a
think
delusional Vikings fan? Yes.
I was gonna say I I would be very surprised
Goddamn right.
if Darnold made anyone's lineup.
Yeah.
So I had it as chalk. I think it's probably going to be like 80% Justin Jefferson, but could be wrong. Addison deserves a shout out. Someone wants to do the Darnold thing. Like I get it, right? But yeah, I had it as chalk, but
Those
You're
are
gonna
two,
have to you're
two
gonna
very
have to
fun
be
ways to get different.
you're
yeah,
gonna have to be a little different to win. So
oh, for sure,
Exactly.
for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. Yep. Washington. Sorry, Devi. You got Washington as chalk or not chalk?
Not chalk.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
I think there's all the routes you can go.
What is all
And by that I mean like three of them.
okay. Interesting. Let me hear the three, I guess.
Well, McLaurin.
Yep. That is my chalk pick. And so
Yeah.
I had this as chalk as well.
I
You
think
think
you can sprinkle. I think you can sprinkle some Ertz in there.
that's true. That's true.
You
Maybe
got to
it's
play
like
tight
that.
end. You
That's
got to
true.
play a tight end.
You got to play
Two of them,
two of
actually.
them.
That's true. Yep.
So I don't
That's
know.
true. I hear you.
Play-
So this
Play
is
some
the
B Rob.
plus what? This
play-
is the Rams game? Interesting.
Yeah. 3-6. Yeah.
That's a high scoring game, man. Hmm. Jane Daniels maybe beats Matthew Stafford?
Inside.
Maybe.
Not crazy.
That's not crazy.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
And
That
Quinn
that might
coaches
be
defense.
that might be all right. Maybe it's less chalky than I'm thinking.
You're
Interesting.
probably clicking on McLaurin. I
Probably, right?
think.
Probably.
Against
I
that
don't
Rams
know.
secondary, that Rams secondary blows.
They are.
Not
They
great.
are. Yeah. Interesting. All right. I gotta think about that one a little bit. Then Green Bay, I have this as super chalk, but yeah, right. No one's sticking out with any of those wideouts. No
No
one's
one
getting
gives a shit about Green
no
Bay.
one's getting cute with Love, probably, right? Green Bay, Philly, that's gonna be a fun game too, though.
Wasn't that week one?
That was week one.
That was
Yeah,
the week one.
That was the Brazil
Mexico
game.
game.
Yeah,
Brazil game.
Mexico. Yeah. Whatever it was.
The-
Yeah.
The shittiest thing is like if you look at like okay, so name the five best tight ends in football, right? You have Bowers, you have Kittle, you have McBride, you have Who?
Kelsey.
Oh man,
Okay,
probably. Yeah,
maybe.
and Andrews maybe.
Okay, so like, but the
Andrews.
thing is, you're gonna have to punt two tight ends out there,
Oh
and if you take Kelsey or Andrews, you are losing Lamar or Mahomes.
yeah.
So you're like it is a fucking crapshoot on tight ends.
If Miami makes it in over Denver, does tight end turn chalk?
Johnu.
I think you got to go Janu, right? And just have
You
the sacrificial Janu, dude.
you wouldn't take Achan?
For one game in a flex with all the other players?
Maybe,
I don't know. I mean,
maybe.
if they made it in, they'd have to play at Buffalo. They'd probably be shit out of luck. But
Yeah,
I mean, I'd imagine they'd have to play from behind. So, but like Achan catches so many fucking passes.
yeah.
Didn't John New have 16 points in overtime this year?
Yeah, he did. He did. So did T last week. So
Yeah, that's hard,
Ah.
man. It's like I'm the guy who's like I normally sacrifice that tight end, right? I want them to like lose that week one, right? But then I'm also the guy who's like, Kelsey has a chance, and Kelsey could be like pretty
Mhm.
decent. So yeah, that's hard, man, for sure.
There's just too many good running backs this year. It's crazy to think that we're all gonna pass on Derrick Henry.
I know. I know. Yeah, it is, man. It is. It is.
Mhm.
All right, boys. Well, this was fun. We won't pick this back up until, August sometime, right? Which is kind of sad and weird to think about, but always a good time, always a good year, right? We got many more playoff football to kind of talk about and get excited about and off-season trades. But for now, this season is a wrap. Christian, congratulations again. And yeah, boys, we'll see each other next year.
Congrats
Cool.
to you guys.
Adios.
See you guys.
Bye bye.